Welcome back to the Wilderness Podcast. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you're doing fine. I hope you're doing swell. I hope you have a good evening. Yes, indeed. I hope you do. I hope you're having a good evening because this show, I hope I'm gonna wake some of you up a little bit, give you something to go to bed to tonight. Because I gotta talk. There's some shit I got to say. It's a lot I got to get off my chest. Bear with me. Tonight's show, the mistake of misplaced respect show. What is this? Okay, yeah, it's basically the name of the show tonight is. Let me tell you. Let me go this way with it. Let me let you know what the name of the show is tonight. Oh yeah, the mistake of misplaced respect show. Time to pivot. See, a lot of times people love to receive respect. They love it. They think it's the one thing that they have earned and that they need and that you should always give but be slow to receive. Why does it take so long for people to understand how far respect goes? Everything's not about manipulation. Everything is not about deceiving. That's what lies are. So with every lie you tell, do you understand that's a deception? That's an alter. You're altering on what should actually happen from some instances and sorts. If you're causing harm, if you're literally being a hindrance and a disturbance, you should think about that. You should think about what being a hindrance and a disturbance does to a person's life and how they live. Then you'll say, oh, you're just being sensitive, Danny D. No, no, not really. No, no, no. We're forced to think, right? We're forced to be these beings. Huh. We're supposed to grow up. We're not forced into these bodies at some point. When you're an adult, you should understand how to behave. So the way I see it, I think a lot of people want to be they want to be a child again. They want to feel what it's like to not be accountable for nothing. They want to treat people that way to see how long they can get away with it. When in all actuality, that behavior that you are distributing, you're causing trauma. You're taking people's kindness for weaknesses. You're causing trauma. Why is their intent to treat me with such ill will and ill intent? Why is that? What is that about some people? Help me out. Help me out. Help me out. Why is it so hard for some people to just be graceful? I don't know. That's an easy thing for me to do. That's a very easy thing for me to do simply because I understand what it takes to have humility. Because when you lose, you understand that's a cost. Yeah, it's a cost. Let's get into some music. We ain't gonna get too heavy right now. We got some whip moments. We got some valuable shit to talk about. We're gonna have a good show tonight. So let's get into some music. Let's get into a little something to listen to. See what my palate like tonight. See what I want. Yeah, let's check it out. How's MJ looking like? Okay, straight. I was on that tonight. That's soothing. I can dig that. That's cool. All right. So let's get into the first whip moment, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to the mistake of misplaced respect show when war was brought to our shores. This may sound a little different tonight. I'm gonna bring some book references as well. I'm gonna read a little bit. I gotta readdress some books that I have already introduced to you if you look at my shows, but check it out. Subscribe to the Wheelers Podcast, share, like, and love the show. I would appreciate it. Subscribe. Thank you so much. I appreciate when you do. It warms my heart. Anyway, okay. First whip moment. When war was brought to our shores, they knew what they were looking for. I hope you understand that. They knew what they were looking for. This is God country. This is a land of Mu. The land of Mu. America is the true old world. Remember when I shared this with you? If you haven't, you're checking it out again. So we're going to give you the table of contents of this wonderful book created by Amunhotep Chavez LB. Chapter 1, America is the true old world. Chapter 2, India Superior was in North America. Ancient Sumer was in the Americas. Let's get into it. We're going to get to America is the true old world, page 13. Chapter 1, America is the true old world. All for the major foods necessary to sustain life comes from the Americas. The Americas, North, South, and Central America are the true old world because all of the major food groups needed to sustain life came from the Americas, and was yams, modified modern white. Reconnecting shit. Let me turn something off on the browser. Yeah, I had to turn it on the browser. It's too much energy consumption. It's causing an issue. So let's get to some more facts, okay? These are the Americas. This is the Americas. So let's read, shall we? In the upper, that's a Google image, but we're going to get to these figures. This image, Machu Picchu, Peru, which in the South America look like all of those pyramids. See? Okay, that's Peru. Then you have the figure is an image of a large adobe pyramid complex in the world, in which located in Cachuchi, Peru. Looks like all those pyramids. And in this figure, in the image of Carosupe, which is the oldest civilization discovered so far in Peru, South America. Caral, Peru, in the first civilization in America, which is the oldest known in the city of the Americas and in the world. This is very old. Step pyramids from looks of it. There are even towers. There once was. Check it out. I'm trying to give you an image where you can see it. All right. The oldest burial remains of modern day humans were found in Louisiana and the lower Mississippi Valley. What is significant about this said article is given that it gives evidence of the Mayans reaching Louisiana and lower Mississippi Valley between 30,000 years ago, and the article gives evidence of the Mayans' burial remains, graves that are 29,000 years old, which are older than any burials of modern-day humans found in thus far anywhere. The famous bones Lucy were found in Africa do not count as the oldest bones of modern-day humans because Lucy was not a modern-day human. Lucy was a humanoid, ape species. Charles Darwin theory of evolution exists upon because academic professors that modern-day man evolved at Lucy, aka the ape. That's just not true. Okay. So this is the engraved of the Temple of Hatshepsut Dynasty, Egypt, Pharaoh, which depicts maize, corn, put, which only indigenous in the Americas. Check it out. You know corn indigenous to the Americas. You know this. The Americas is the oldest landmass. Further evidence supports that the article found that the book Queen Mu and the Egyptian Sphinx and Augustus Le Plodion. The Mayans were the ancestors of the Egyptians. Like the Mayans, the Egyptians regarded the West as the region of darkness, the place where the souls of the dead returned to the bosom of their ancestors in the realm of the Amenti. Their king, Osiris, sat on the throne in the midst of the waters. There also it was thought. Performing his office of scribe was then the worship of the Cynosepalius, his totem brought to Egypt from the land of the West. Pythagoras borrowed his knowledge on the numbers knowledge of numbers and their meanings of the Egyptians. These received their sciences of the Mayans and civilized strangers, their ancestors who were remote in age, come from the east, from the west, and settled and brought civilization to the banks of the Nile. Such as being the case, it is natural that we thought that we should find that some doctrine regarding cosmology and the meaning of the numbers of Mayans, their mother country in the land of the west, which seen Queen Mu and the Egyptian Sphinx by Augustus Le Plodion. The Mayan stages doubtless and reaches the similar conclusions, which, since they call the country Maya, that is the land of the first emerged in the bosom of the deep, the country in the shoot, the Egyptian, according to the Herodotus, boasted that their ancestors in the land of the west were the oldest men on earth. See Queen Mu and the Egyptian Sphinx by Augustus Le Plodion. Evidence to support the above statement comes in the Queen Mu book Maya, and the land of the first emerged from the bosom of the deep. Can be found in Jean Louis Agassiz's book Genial Sketches in 1866, chapter 1, America's the Old World, according to Jean Louis Randolph Agassiz, a renowned biologist and genealogist from Harvard, America, the Old World. He stated as follows: firstborn among the continent, America has been falsely denoted the New World. Hers was the first dry land lifted out of the waters. Hers was the first shores washed by the sea that enveloped all the earth, besides in which the Europe was represented only by islands rising here and there above the sea. America, Atlantis, already stretched in the unbroken line of land from Nova Scotia to the Far East, end quote. And I also told you that the hunger dryas happened here and the East adopted the story. Next whip moment. I hope you enjoyed the book shit. Next whip moment. Empathy and sympathy are advanced human emotions. Again, empathy and sympathy are advanced human emotions. See, when you have a melanated, copper-complected people that are indigenous here and now know it, and the whole world is in an uproar. Do you understand? You never treated us like a friend? Empathy and sympathy, we have so much of it, a plethora of it, that we have even treated strangers with the utmost respect. But how were we treated in return? Being misclassified, killed on paper, relabeled. Yeah. And the whole world capitulated. That's why I'm grateful to better humans of all nationalities embracing and telling the truth. All I can tell you is thank you. Because empathy and sympathy are advanced human emotions. When you're not rugged, nasty, destructive, and deceitful, rotten. When you don't see people as cargo, when you don't see people as an opportunity, I see people as brethren, sisters, as distant relatives and family members. But if you don't see me the same, it's going to show through your disrespect. I can tell you multiple people around the world have been intrigued with me, Danny D. And I'm grateful to them as an exchange. And in return, hopefully we have those conversations when we get to traveling and moving about. You know, that brings good fortune and good favor, good exchanges, fair exchanges rooted in truth. There's a way to heal, but it's not always being vicious, cruel, destructive, competitive for no damn reason. We should get to over and understanding and repeating the process, because the more we know about each other, the more we understand about each other, the more we can grow and understand that individuality is extremely important. But as long as you're putting into the human pot, the fold of us, so we all can benefit. That's what authenticity truly is. Showing your gifts, your talents, being authentic and individual, being a standout. There's a lot of us out here. There's a lot of you out here. And I'm grateful to know you, grateful to, I'm going to interview more people will be interviewed on this show. I'm working on it. These are just day by day. So what I have to do is hold the fort down, give you what we're going to be talking about, because they are fans. They watch the show. Everybody, we're getting it under the fold, and I'm grateful to you. But check it out. This show will be always giving you references of the truth, showing you who you completely actually are, so that we can move forward with progress, success, and truth. We have to. our legacy depends on it. But check it out. This is the end of the show tonight. It's not going to be a long one. Won't go hold too long. This is Monday. I got other things to do. I got to get ready for tomorrow. You know, I got to get up early. Got to move some data. You know, do some things. But I will leave you with this. Me and AE coming back at some point this week because we got a heavy hitter show we're gonna give you. But tonight's show, understand, I'm gonna leave you with this moment. I'm gonna leave you with this whip moment. Respect is earned nowadays, and we can see the complete disrespect in a lot of people. That lets me know your nature is unakin to mine. We're not alike. Your ways are bad. You can fix them. But that's up to you. Focus on you. Focus on being the best version of yourself. If you put you in check, we don't have to. Nobody has to. I don't have to. You don't have to. We don't have to check each other. We exchange properly. And put some respect on that shit at the end of the game, at the end of the day. But the problem is, we have to get there. We have to get there. So, that's the show tonight. I hope you liked it. Anyway, check me out. It's my favorite part. The wheel is yours. Peace, my people.